Welcome back, guys, to Triangle Strategy, where last episode, after drunken discussions with Dragan at the Wolffort party's end, we awoke to the lordship-swapping ceremony as Serenoa became the leader of his house, with his first act to head to the capital to meet the king and compete in the Proving Grounds. Attending a banquet at Castle Whiteholm before the competition, we now mingle with competitors from other nations in an exploration phase.
I've never seen a woman. I've never seen a woman, or a man, for that matter, quite like Miss Delilah. Beautiful, elegant, and brilliant. Well, I wouldn't give to serve under someone like her. Word has it, her new assistant is a strapping young researcher, said to be well versed in ice magic. I knew I should have spent more time on my books instead of in the training yard. I'd very much like to see the skill of Miss Delilah's new assistant for myself. Perhaps I will, and sooner rather than later. You learned about the Ice Mage. Ooh. As the game progresses, you can uncover information that will unlock additional responses in future conversations. So, you really have to go talk to everyone. You may view the knowledge you've amassed thus far by selecting War Chronicle information from the main menu. I guess it's information then? They say Mr. Delilah of his aunt's Saintly Seven employs a handsome ice mage. It has to be handsome. As a research assistant, ice magic is notoriously difficult to control, making mages of this type extremely rare. Ice mage harder than fire? I hear the Bloody Shield himself will be fighting on behalf of Aesfrost during this year's tourney. He's the captain of the Duchy's elite Hawk Riders and a fierce Hawk Shield himself. I look forward to seeing the man in action. You got Hawk, Arrow people, Hawk, Shield people. Your first tourney as Lord of your house, eh? I knew the day would come, but it still brings tears to my eyes to see it. Always remember that Benedict and I are at your back, my lord. Come to us for whatever you need. That includes the tourney. You need someone in the dirt, my lord, I'm your man. Let's show them what stuff House Wolffort is made of. Strong, sturdy stuff. Well, so no, there you are. Benedict has been looking for you. I will go speak to him in time, then. Ah, Valas and Erica. I wonder if those two would deign to participate in the tourney. Tourney. Soon you will lead your first arena battle, and Lady Frederica and I shall experience true combat for the first time. I mean, you were literally trying to be taken as hostages by bandits. That's truer content about than this. Do you have a stratagem in mind for the tourney? Maybe a tourney, but defeat will bring shame upon us. I intend to do whatever I must to win. Our house fights with honor. There shall be no tricks, but we'll offer our opponents no quarter. You handled yourself admirably when the bandits attacked. I expect your magic will be the key to our victory. Yes, you did fine. Is that so, my lord? To tell the truth, I hadn't anticipated such a response, but thank you for the flattery nonetheless. I was being sincere. I have faith in all my allies, else we would not be fighting together. Your honesty is refreshing indeed. I am not so nervous as I was a moment before. I shall do my best to answer your every expectation. Lady Frederica and I shall prove ourselves worthy to fight alongside you. I have to prove anything. I just know you'll be good. Maybe. Stories of Minister Exham's skills have reached even the lips of my servants. I very much look forward to learning the truth of these tales. We should go speak to him. Oh, that's a Sorsley. I'm Sorsley. He's got a sore end. I'm Sorsley End, but I'm sure you know that. I have the honor of being one of the Saintly Seven. The duties of a young lordling are many, but I trust you are more than capable. May this mine bring prosperity to us all. Such a massive endeavor is bound to be fraught with danger. If you or yours ever require medical treatment, pray visit the Ministry of Medicine. We are blessed with the finest medical minds in Norzelia, but our facilities aren't open to just anyone. Mention my name, however, and every service shall be at your disposal. I've heard tell of the Ministry. It's said that even the most grievous wounds can be treated there. I'd very much like to see how such miracles are performed. There we go, a little bit of information gained. Young Lord Wolffort, thank you for the honor of including me among such esteemed company. Oh yeah, profiles. This is Clarice... What's with that smile? Clarice Brocker, a merchant who travels among the realm's nation as a member of the Norzelia Consortium, an independent and neutral organization that manages the trade of iron and salt. So now we've got to assume that everyone who has expressions that makes them look a bit devious possibly isn't. If there's too many. Each face I see is more impressive than the last. Even members of the Saintly Seven have deigned to step foot upon our shores. Of course, course, I have had many dealings with Hyzante in the past. I'm taken to understand all are equal in the eyes of their goddess. Even those not of noble birth can achieve prestigious stations. I intend to use this opportunity to avail myself of this famed equality, and perhaps win the ear of a saint in the process. A country where station is decided not by birth. I was not aware Hyzante's goddess was so equitable in her judgment. I would very much like to make time to visit. So even more information was gained. So all citizens of the holy state of Hyzante adhere to the goddess's teachings. There is no royalty or rigid class structure. The people are ruled by the Stately Seven, who are headed by the Hierophant and speak with the voice of the goddess herself. All of them do then. All believers are treated fairly and receive equal protection under the goddess. Ministry of Medicine as well, the finest medical facility in all Norzelia, located in the Hyzantean capital. It also serves as a research facility where the best and brightest minds gather to study life and magic. They devise spells and medicine to alleviate pain or speed healing, treat all believers free of charge. You're joining the tourney with my brother, aren't you? Sir Maxwell has trained with him since he was little. Roland could barely stand after they sparred. But he even walks like Dawnspear now. So proud to have him as my brother. My apologies. Franny is always saying I let my emotions get the better of me. Please keep my brother safe, will you? I will. Cordelia Glenbrook. The third child and only daughter of King Elegna, who brought the Saltiron War to its end. She is a young princess with a graceful air about her and prefers her kind-hearted brother Roland over the high-strung Franny. I wonder why. I do too already. With a wedding on the horizon, I imagine time must be a precious resource for you. Your life is on the cusp of great change, my young lord. Still, I pray you remain a faithful friend to my brother. He has his foibles, but I care for him all the same. Do you? The Crown Prince and eldest son of Ragnar, he studies the art of kingship at his father's side and manages the royalists. He often finds himself at odds with his younger brother, Roland, due to their differing personalities. The only problem is that there's a faction of royalists, which hints that there's a faction opposed to that. And factions bring fun, probably, in this game. You carry your father's legacy on your shoulders, young lord. Eager am I to see how it fits you. Okay, you didn't have anything more to say that, King Ragnar. The current king of Glenbrook, he is revered as the wise king who brought the Saltiron War to its end. He launched the joint mining venture between the three nations as his coordinator. As I will call. Gifts another sub. Thank you very much. I've trained the prince since he was scarcely old enough to hold a spear. I have great interest in seeing his performance at the tourney. I would wish you good luck, but I would rather your skill carry you to victory. Indeed. The Dawnspear of Glenbrook. Looks like a phantom thief to me. The strongest warrior of Glenbrook, also known as the Dawnspear, he was appointed the kingdom's Master of Arms by Ragnar, who recognized his skills in combat. LeBlanc. We have another dialogue over here to do. Oh my goodness, this place is massive! My lord, before the tourney begins, I would like to ask you a single question. To what end do you believe this contest is being held? It's a chance for our three nations to gather and celebrate. Although the battles may be bloodless, victory is sweet all the same. In times of peace, there are precious few chances to display martial prowess. I mean to remind people of House Wolffort's legacy. May appear to be mere entertainment, but reputations are at stake. If you show weakness, they will be noted by all in attendance. I take it he definitely doesn't want to hear the first one, and he'd like to hear one of these two. I don't think number 2 here, in times of peace, there are precious few chances to display martial prowess, is true to me. I think my option here is number 3. It may appear to be mere entertainment, but reputations are at stake. If we show weakness, then they'll be noted by all in attendance. It's a political affair. Let's put it that way. There's political things going on here. Just so, my lord. Each nation will show their strength and take the measure of the others in turn. It will be a test of skill as well as mettle. I'll not treat it lightly. Very good. It shall be the first of many tests to come, I'm sure. I bought the 600-page guidebook. Yeah, definitely. I bought the guidebook, which I'm constantly reading while I play. Yeah. Ah, my convictions got strengthened even more. I hear the Dawnspear is returning to defend the title he won at the previous tourney. Let's hope he hasn't been resting on his laurels. Why did my conviction get plussed by talking to him? Did it literally just get plussed because I talk to people? I actually think I'm just me talking to people has... I'm the Lord. I shouldn't be walking in there. I actually think that just talking to people... I'm finding 150 in the bush should give me some more convictions too. There's a cat! Meow! Hello, HD2D cat.
It is an honor to be allowed to fight by House Wolffort's side.
Suet Buckler. A relatively new member of the Kingsguard entrusted with Roland's protection. She dreamed of serving the crown from a young age and was appointed to a position in the Kingsguard after years of hard work.
I shall do my utmost to bring honor to you on the battlefield.
With you by my side, friend, I feel like we'd take on the entire realm. So we can, Roland Glenbrook, the younger son of King Ragnar, who brought the Saltiron war to its end. Serenoa of House Wolffort is his closest friend. I dare say we may even give the Dawnspear his first taste of defeat. What is the average tax placed on bled by pounding Glenbrook? Oh no, I better get my guide out again then. It's a blind playthrough, you fool. But one that's trying to be somewhat thorough. After all, I am talking to absolutely everyone instead of just moving on. It's a bewitching dancer. I understand your medal should be on display at the tourney, my lord. May it leave an impression on all in attendance. Congratulations on your recent appointment as lord. I'm sure the entire realm will celebrate the occasion. Lila Visklaft, one of the Saintly Seven, randomly likes to hold daggers by the blade. She's a woman of superior intellect who... What, no, she's holding the knife by its blade. Superior intellect? Who was appointed overseer of the Ministry of the Medicine. I'm guessing it's just resting on her hand via the handle, but, you know, cross guard, whatever. Superior intellect. Lord Simon has ever been a dear friend to us. Pray do not hesitate to come to us in times of need. I guess she can heal herself, though. You are the new Lord of House Wolffort, yes? I have seen you from afar, but I believe this is the first time I've had the pleasure of speaking with you. This is Exham Marshal, one of the Saintly Seven. He's a knight who showed promise at a young age and was subsequently entrusted with the nation's military matters. He likes to point. Even now, the common folk sing of your house's bravery during the Saltiron War. However, I suspect it shan't be long before they sing of House Martial's deeds instead. I look forward to seeing you at the tourney, young Lord Serenoa. Sure. Is it true that General Avlora will be taking the field in the tourney? The right hand of the Archduke, rivaled only by a lord in ferocity. I doubt she judges a friendly competition to be worthy of her abilities. Still, if she lives up to her reputation, then she wouldn't have to try hard to prove a match for even the mightiest warrior. Who are you? Silvio. Lord Serenoa, congratulations on your recent appointment. Silvio Tellior, Lord of House Tellior. The Lord of House Tellior, one of Glenbrook's high houses, his distant domain lacks the fighting power of the other two houses, but has been entrusted with safeguarding the kingdom's precious reservoir. The news of Lord Simon's abdication was sudden, to be sure, but all lords must give up their position in time. Still, I am certain having that immense responsibility thrust upon you at such a young age must be trying indeed. If you ever require counsel or simply a sympathetic ear to bend, do not hesitate to call upon House Tellior. I shall try too. Who are you? I passed a group of soldiers clad in black armor on the way here. Are those Aesfrost's storied black irons? I need to question any Aesfrosti I can about the archives. It is said that within the archives, countless tomes, lies the answers to any and all questions that have ever been asked. You only need to seek them out. House of Boundless Knowledge. That's certainly something I'd like to see with my own eyes. I'm getting even more future conversation options. Think of it that way. Every time I talk to someone, I'm getting more options to talk to someone later. Home to a vast collection of texts, this institution of learning is the pride of Aesfrost. All sorts of ancient tomes from around Norzelia can be found here, even books containing knowledge thought lost to the ages. Oh, that's that guy there. You're from House Wolffort, yes? Your reputation is formidable, to be sure, but Aesfrost's military is second to none. Day and night we train, and I dare say even our rank and file will be a match for any other army's elite troops. Why, just the other day we managed to capture a particularly dangerous smuggler. He was swift as a horse and as deadly with a bow as any man alive. I even broke a bow in the process. His skill would have doubtless made him a capable soldier, so wonder what disparate paths our choices send us down. You learned about the captured smuggler. That won't lead to anything in the future, I'm sure. A smuggler has been apprehended in Aesfrost, fleet of foot and deadly with a bow. The criminal seems to have been given the Duchy's constabulary quite the fight. One person versus many, eh? The soldiers here are obedient, I'll give them that. I can't say the same for Aesfrost's military. For better or worse, in Aesfrost we value freedom over all else. Those with the drive to succeed naturally rise to the top. Though your kingdom's lords and ladies might view us as a rabble of ambitious upstarts, we aren't beholden by tradition in Aesfrost. If you have ever any interest in seeing what true freedom looks like, you're welcome anytime. A country where one is judged by ability and not birth. It certainly has produced some formidable personages. I shall have to visit whenever time allows. Whenever the story takes us there. The Grand Duchy of Aesfrost. The Grand Duchy of Aesfrost values the freedom of all its people. Archduke Gustadolf instituted a system that allows anyone, regardless of their origins or social status, to succeed, as long as they have ability. This approach has helped the duchy thrive. A meritocracy, then. Ah, House Wolffort. How good to see you again so soon. Yes, let's look at your profile. Palace Aesfrost. Archduke Gustadolf's younger brother. He was appointed Prime Minister at a young age and is the second most powerful man in Aesfrost. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Palace Aesfrost, at your service. I suppose soon I shall be calling you my brother-in-law. This is quite the castle you have, full of history and grand deeds. Great deeds, sorry. I hope that one day fate sees it fit to deliver me one so grand. Grand and great, great and grand. I suppose we haven't formally met yet. I'm Erika Aesfrost, Archduke Gustadolf's younger sister. Definitely not evil smile smirks. Unlike her older brother, she judges others based on their lineage and greatly dislikes those not from her family's main line. Yes, Frederica is my sister, although I hardly think of her as such. This country is old, for lack of a better word. I'm certain it will fit her sensibilities perfectly. And the last person I think to speak to. Avlora. A predictable match with a predictable outcome. A woman orphaned by war. She taught to earn the rank of general and is known as the strongest in Aesfrost. Her skills acknowledged by even the Archduke himself. She's the general. Doesn't want to say anything more than predictable. I will beat you. It's like, okay, great, thanks. Thanks for the help. Meanwhile, I'm just going to go wading in the Palace Garden ponds. And that should be everything. I didn't see any more sparklies, let's put it that way. Now we wonder what's next. You know? Oh, I'm actually still free to save at this point. It's actually been a long time we spent here schmoozing. So, we conclude our exploration. That was quite a bit of exploration too. A hell of a lot of people to talk to. Let's go. Tourney will begin soon. I'd best head back. It's time for a battle. Recommended level is 3, yet we're not level 3, we're level 2 again. So why are you recommending me a level that I can't seemingly possibly be? That's kind of you. Tournament begins with Serenoa representing the Kingdom of Glenbrook.
The combatants have arrived, and the stage has been set. Let us introduce the champions who will fight for the glory of their nations. Fighting for the honor of the Grand Duchy of Aesfrost, General Avlora. Fighting for the honor of the holy state of Hyzante, Minister Exham Marshal. Fighting for the honor of the Kingdom of Glenbrook, House Wolffort. And last but not least, the victor of our previous tourney, Sir Maxwell the Dawnspear.
Hurrah! Hurrah!
The Wolffort lordling is here in his father's stead, I see.
Lord Simon's heroics on the battlefield are the stuff of legend. A pity I couldn't match swords with him today.
You will match swords with me. I promise to make it every bit as exhilarating as father would.
You have his spirit, if nothing else.
Indeed. I look forward to crossing swords with you.
The combatants have assembled. Now, let the battles begin. I shall announce our first pairing as chosen by lots. Minister Exham and Lord Wolffort, make ready for combat.
It's time to make him an Exham. Alright, preparing for battle. During battle preparation, you can survey the battlefield, place units, and even return to the encampment. Let's just leave. Bye. Okay, I take it every unit that I have is there. You can change the initial placement of your units before battle begins. Select the unit you wish to move with the A button. Move to the square you wish to place the unit. Then press the A button once more. If the square you've selected already has a unit on it, the units will swap places. That we can do. Well, the obvious thing that I want. So, archers in the back is obviously a very true thing. Melee to the front. I'll take you over here. So you're all our melee when you think about it. We've got you, Mr. Taunty. Do you actually have... Oh, you do actually have a taunt. Provoke. Chance to infuriate all enemies within range for 2 turns. What's the overall range of it? 1 to 2. So you've literally got to move him in and then go, hey, everyone, beat me up. And then hope that he's physically defensive enough to survive everyone beating him up. You can also sprint, which actually is not a bad idea. So we'd kind of like to move him in. Big start, but that's not going to be too easy to do. Are we facing any casters? Because if we're not facing any casters, that's kind of nice. No, like, resist temptation. What? No. Okay, we shouldn't have looked at the enemy because we've just seen, like, just above my head. Resist temptation. Resist instant death. What? What now? I'm not liking that. I shouldn't have looked, for now I am ridiculously fearful. Maybe enemies don't employ it. I don't know. This guy's got Slumber Stab. Deal physical damage to an enemy, have a chance to put them to sleep for 2 turns. I do have some anti-sleepy stuff, I guess. Guess there's no more peaceful for me to, like, deploy, so I guess I'll begin the battle. The wind is breezy, by the way. Don't know if that matters for anything like our arrows and whatnot. Let's begin our battle, I think. Instant death.
Be gentle, my lords. I'm not as strapping as once I was.
And why are you here?
I expect no quarter from you, Prince Roland, nor from you, Lord Serenoa. Show us the swordplay your house is so famous for.
They're 2 of Hyzante's most famed generals. We'll have no room for mistakes.
Then we shall make none. Now, let us show the realm the mettle of the new generation. For honor and glory!
My turn.
Yeah, it might be my turn, but what am I going to do with your turn? We can act twice. at this point. We can't make myself go invisible, though, by the look of it. We can throw poison in the future. Has 2 actions during a single turn, can only move once, though. Throw poison, take cover, surmount. I don't see the thing that allows her to just go thingy that was said. Maybe it's just part of her normal things. Nope. Okay. I mean, ideally, I don't really want to move forward with her at this point. If I stay exactly still, would that be good? I mean, obviously I can run into attack, but the guy I want to fight is just not going to be ready to fight for a while. A lot of guys have quite a big movement range and attack range at this point. I'm wondering if just staying back and letting them start marching towards me might be my better option. Considering we're just on this one-way battlefield.
I won't lose.
Even they're doing it! These clever dudes. Right, weaknesses and resistances. When choosing a command, the word weak will appear if enemy users are susceptible to it, or resistant will appear if those who are not. Gain the upper hand in battle by exploiting enemy weaknesses too. Well, I'd love to like run in and do a battle, but I still feel like I want to employ the right men for the job, or have someone come out into like the middle of the field and be able to get them because of that. So I can definitely taunt him now. Which is exactly what I want to do. So my short bow is 2 to 4 because I've got no extra height at this point. So if I want to be in attack range, where do I need to be? Basically where you are then. That's irritating. Yes, I'm gonna start playing by playing slow.
House Wolffort.
Wow, like everyone can reach. Start with a slow play. This is an exhibition tank. Yeah, it's definitely just an exhibition match. 100% nothing bad will happen.
All for victory.
We'll get him yet.
Right, Mr. Shield guy.
You won't beat me.
How good are you at provoking? You can only provoke that one guy. You will be attacked by literally everyone, though, if I move you there, which may be a terrible idea. XM's going in not too long a time, though. And then we will be able to get, like, the others doing stuff. Kite shield does damage. I'll provoke on the first turn to make sure he's locked in at me. Oh! He actually resists provoke, whereas the normal guys don't. Ah! I even looked at the resists. I guess it didn't say provoke. It says, like, taunt and stuff and fury. I guess it's that kind of stuff I'm looking at. Oh, this is nasty. Well, luckily there's only a small amount of... Wait, you got throwing knives?
How shall I destroy you?
Well, that's fine. I guess, like, the enemies are now getting into a bit of a position where we might be able to begin going in a little bit nicer here.
Your wounds are healed.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's get used to the system. When I was like earlier on saying like, oh, we probably don't want to do it in a way that... So I can't go to there unless I go one more step upwards. I'm going to be able to like build a front line soon with that.
Flames, heed my call.
17 damage is not much though.
This can't be.
I see you on every opening.
Time to work.
Okay, his defenses are not as good as I really would have liked them to be. I have to admit, I feel like I've made some mistakes already.
This battle is ours.
Okay, we can definitely attack some dudes this time, though. Chance to blind an enemy for 3 turns. May as well use that every turn by the look of it. It's less power. Question is, who's actually going next? And who do I want to hit? The one who's probably been hit.
You'll get no mercy.
We will probably want to, like, remove some of the guys from the field. Alright, stat changes the note with an icon and turn counter. 1 turn will be deducted from the counter when the afflicted unit's turn arrives. Poison. Oh, here we go. Here we get to learn about instant death, which kills unit instantly. Poison deals damage at the start of each turn. Paralysis prevents units from taking any actions. Silence prevents units from using abilities. Sleep prevents units from taking any actions. Attacks on sleeping units will be critical hits. The unit wakes up upon taking damage. Immobility prevents unit from moving. Blindness reduces the accuracy. Fury draws targets attacks of the caster, which is what Provoke was. Tempt lures targets their opponent's side. Effect may end when taking damage. Instant death kills units instantly. There's auto revive. Automatic revives unit when their HP reaches 0. Regen grants HP at the start of each turn. Invincible makes unit ignore all damage. We've got take cover. Renders unit invisible to the enemy. A unit is unveiled upon attacking an enemy standing directly before an enemy or taking damage. A fire counter deals fire damage to an adjacent enemy using a physical attack. Ice counter does the same, but with ice. Act again. 2 turns, 2 actions in the same turn. We have stop. Effect wears off over time. Protect allows cast to take damage for a selected unit. Got a guaranteed criticals. Unit strikes a critical blow that is guaranteed to hit. Absorption converts the specific element's damage to HP. What? Delayed damage after a set number of turns. Extended range of normal attacks. Protective aura reduces damage taken by adjacent allies. That's a lot of stuff.
Victory.
A lot more stuff than we would have expected to see. Okay, these guys are weak to it. No, he's weak to it. I still feel like I should take out some of the small fry at this juncture.
Shall we begin?
You're going for the prince, surely. No, you're going for prince. Going for wolf. That hurt. Also, physical defense down sucks. I don't really want you attacking my caster. Luckily, the spearmen have stayed fairly well back. I think our shield gun might be a bit in danger.